Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. My favorite makeup today is this. This is my Becca First Light Priming Filter. This is the lavender one. What this does is supposed to sort of improve the look of your skin, make your complexion look really beautiful and sort of luminous, and I definitely think it does that. I do think it also helps my makeup wear a little bit better, and I've been trying it with all my different foundations. Today I'm using it with my Makeup Forever, and I just really like the way it looks, so I'm a big fan. Anyway, on to the video. So today I'm going to be doing my 2-day wear test with these. These are the Sephora Lipstories lipsticks. So there are 40 shades of this. You can pick these up at Sephora. They retail for $8 each. What they're supposed to be is a full coverage lipstick that's supposed to go on in one swipe with high intensity pigment. So clearly these lipsticks are designed for social media. They have their own built-in hashtags, so hashtag Lipstories is what these are called. The packaging is a very interesting lightweight cardboard, but they're pretty and they have little photos on each of them to make them sort of personalized and individual. But because they only cost $8, that's very comparable to most drugstore lipsticks. There are 3 separate finishes. There is a satin, a metal, and a matte. I have picked up one of each. If you look at these tubes, you can see those are the colors that I've selected. There were definitely lots of interesting colors to pick out, but I didn't want to invest too much until I've decided what kind of finish works for me, and I definitely have opinions about that. So let's get on to the swatching. So the first lipstick we're going to be swatching is one of the satin finishes. This is number 32. This is called Berry-Licious. If you can see the packaging, it's got really beautiful lovely colors that sort of go along with the shade that the lipstick actually is. If you pull the lid off, this cardboard is fairly sturdy, but if I squeezed on it, I could crush it in my hand. The lipstick itself, this part is plastic, but down here there's still a cardboard part to it as well. I will say that the actual packaging on this is pretty cheap looking. It looks a lot like Halloween lipstick or, you know, really old school like Wet n Wild. But when you roll it up, it does look pretty, and it does also have the type of finish carved into the lipstick, and it says, this one says hashtag cream. The lipsticks themselves have a similar berry scent to the liquid lipstick. It's just not as strong, to be honest. The cream looks very creamy, and I have worn this one out already, so I know what to expect from it. So I'm going to put this on. And here is shade 32, Berry-Licious. Technically it does go on in one coat, however, because this cream lipstick is very buttery, very emollient, the product will move around a little bit, and so if you push your lips together prematurely, you will immediately move the product off of them. It's actually my biggest complaint with the cream formula. The cream lipstick is very nice and feels nice on the skin, but it's also a little bit heavy and it will move everywhere. This lipstick in particular smeared all over my face throughout the course of the day. This moves onto my teeth very easily, and it never quite dries down. It'll be an hour and a half later and it will still have this beautiful sheen to it, but that sheen means this is going to come off on absolutely everything. So while the color is beautiful, I do love a deep berry like this, I'm not a huge fan of this particular formula. So the second lipstick we're going to be swatching today, this is one of the metals. This is the number 49. This is the color Ouch. This is a really beautiful, shimmery, metallic, like minty green. It's not a lipstick color that I really have, though I do have some lighter greens. I don't have anything that looks like this with a metallic in it. So I was very excited to pick this one up, even though I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the formula, especially since the cream lipstick was the one I started with. So I was already like, oh, this isn't going well. And this is the shade Ouch. I really am digging the metallic shades. However, I will say this particular one is pretty light. It does not go on opaque. You can still see my lips through it. It no longer looks green, actually, once I put it on my face. Since my lips are pink, it sort of turns like a bluish instead, more of a teal. And I don't know that it necessarily follows exactly the same as the lipstick in the tube, but I also like the color that this appears on my lips. This one does also move around a bit, but you don't notice it as much. So as opposed to Berry-Licious, where if my lips came together at all, the product would sort of move away. My lips do stick together with the metallic lipstick, but I don't find that it's disrupting the product nearly as much. While this does transfer a bit if I'm not careful, this one stayed in place much better. I think the glitter might be holding the thing together a bit more, so I would definitely pick other ones up in this metallized formula, even if they're not necessarily as opaque. I suspect if the base color was darker of the lipstick, it would be more opaque faster, but I actually really enjoy the shade that this turned out. One thing to note with the metallized lipsticks, you will have a glitter residue on your lips even after the color's gone for a little while until you use like a lip scrub. It doesn't quite come off completely with a makeup wipe. And the last one we're going to look at is this. This is the matte. This is number 45. This is the shade City Beat. This is a beautiful navy. I actually picked this up because I was hoping it would fulfill all of my dreams that the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle was doing in clapback without the price. So this one is super pretty when you pull it out. It almost looks sparkly, but because it's a matte, that's not how it goes onto your face. So let's get on to this one. Is this a absolute duplicate for clapback in the Fenty Mademoiselles? It's a pretty close color match, but the formula is nothing like it. So if you're really into this color and you want a really good lipstick that's not going to bug you all day, I would go with the more expensive one. So for City Beat, I found that it wore pretty well during the day. It did transfer onto things and it got on my teeth a little bit. But overall, I wasn't worried about it smearing on my face. It pretty much stayed in place. You do have to layer this back on. It will eventually start to wear down and it doesn't look as pretty, but it feels nice enough on the lips. It does get a little drying after a couple of hours, so that was something I noticed and I was a little concerned about that. I would rather wear a different matte lipstick that doesn't have that problem, or a liquid lipstick, especially if I'm wearing such an intense color, just so I don't have to deal with touching it up nearly as much. I think for $8, it's a decent matte lipstick, like it's fine, and I love the color range. I just don't know if I'll pick up a lot of these, probably only in colors I can't get otherwise. So overall, I think that the mattes are pretty good. I'd rank them in the middle of the three. I'd be putting the metal ones on top, the mattes in the middle, and the creams at a low bottom. So in terms of my final thoughts for the Lipstories, I definitely think that the metallic formula is really good. I would put it to be comparable to the Urban Decay metals because those are kind of difficult anyway, but there's definitely more interesting colors in the metallics in these Sephora Lipstories. So I would definitely rather pick one of these up for $8 than a full-size Urban Decay Vice lipstick for like $18. In terms of the matte, if there was a matte I really wanted, I might pick up another one, but in general, there weren't a lot of other colors that really spoke to me in the matte section that I don't already have. It's not the best matte formula, but it's not a bad one. And as for the cream one, unfortunately this was a fail for me. While there's a lot of really beautiful colors in the line, and this one in fact is a very lovely berry, I do already have berry lipsticks similar to this that don't transfer nearly as much. The cream formula for me just transferred on everything. It got on my teeth, it smeared above my lips, it smeared below my lips, it got here on my chin, and then I was eating it because it got on all of my food. While it did look very nice when I initially put it on, unless I wasn't doing anything, it didn't stay looking very nice. So I wouldn't pick up any more of the creams. I think there are way better formulas out there. You can get way better drugstore formulas that won't smear on your lips the way that this one does. Anyway, I hope this review was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, please subscribe. If you've got an idea for a video that you'd like to see me do, please put it down in the comments below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!